Hello to lovely YouTube. I did say I was going to do the sword next. This is how many you've still got to do. The project that I said I was going to do a reading for each one of these cards, didn't I? Do you remember? Part of my little journey in life that I take is to take photos of coincidences when I'm out and about. I notice them, I put them on Instagram. Dear lovely people, please do feel free to follow me on Instagram. I'm on Tastastic Silver. Now I'm just going to tell you this little story while I shuffle the cards. And you know, I lost my little green elephant, didn't I? I didn't lose it, I gave it away and then I replaced it. And I kept saying, oh, I must replace that, I must get a new one. Right, did that. Walking along South End High Street yesterday. Unexpectedly walking along the high street, honestly, because I was arranging to meet a group of friends at 11 and I was there early. So I was like, oh, I'll go and have a little coffee. So I messaged everyone and said, oh, I'm having a little coffee beforehand. Everyone wants to join me, but no one did because they were all busy or rushing to get there at the last minute, or they didn't have enough time before the agreed meeting, right? Because it wasn't actually, it was sort of wild, it's like a supervisor's meeting. And then I thought, oh no, everyone's busy, so what I will do is I will walk up the high street and go to the post office because I had a job to do. Post office. Walked up the high street and saw this. So I'm going to put a little picture on for you. A green elephant appeared on my path. Wasn't that funny? I saw a green elephant, I saw a red elephant, and I saw a little elephant that had angel's wings on, and all the children were sort of queuing up to stand on this little step, and it gave the illusion that they had wings on them. It was lovely. It's really lovely. Now, I'm going to do Crow. I'm not sure how to lay these cards out. Put them in this order: pink, white, green, red, and lilac. Okay, maybe that will work. I'm not sure. I don't know why I've done them in this order. It's a different order to how I usually do them. Anyway, the fact that I saw these beautiful elephants, I really enjoyed that, and it reminded me, oh, hold on, I've got to do my tarot readings. And it's not that I've got to do them, because I really love to do the tarot readings, I do. It's just that I've got so many projects on the go. It feels like, what does it feel like? It feels like this one can wait. That's how it feels. It feels like, oh, the tarot readings can wait because it's not a job, there's no deadline. No one's bothered whether I do it or not, right? Which is sad, really, isn't it? And I think, why am I doing it? And then I remember, well, because I said I was going to do it. So the oracle cards. Let's get all the oracle cards done first. Patrick Gamble. Yeah, so I do question myself why I do these things. Because pretty much what I'm doing is creating work for myself. And it's not paid work in any way, shape or form. And it is time consuming. And it's not going to lead anywhere. So it is sort of a hobby, right? This feels like a hobby to me because I enjoy doing it. It's something that I want to do. I feel like if I help someone, if someone's helped by listening to one of my readings, right, helped them in just a slight little way, gives them a little bit of hope, right, then it's worth doing, isn't it? Really, isn't it? Oh, I'll show a card. And this, I know this is not the first time I've asked this question. I sort of ponder it to myself while I'm shuffling the cards, and people often answer and explain to me, oh yeah, I was looking for the meaning of this card, so yeah, it definitely is worth doing. You know, people do come back and say things like that. So I have to carry on knowing that A, I've made this commitment. I think that one had two, I'll show cards. I've made this commitment to doing these cards, so I should just get on with it. So the oracle cards. And this is the sword these cards are going to be for. So what cards do I want to bring up for the sword? I'm going to use Cosmic Tarot, that has some swords in it, that has Princess of Swords in those ones. See, not all the cards have Princess of Swords. That's a modern pack, that one will have. And this White Cat Tarot will have as well. I'm going to do these, and then I'm going to use the little playing cards that have got little cats on. And then we have to, what we do is we give meanings to the cards, right? So we say, okay, so this one's for the solution. This one's going to be the overall outcome. See, these cards are really quite fiery, I find. So with the sword, it's probably going to be important to have one of these cards to see what the overall picture is, if it's going to be destruction or cutting through things or whatever. So this is going to be the solution. This is going to be really the worst bit that's going to happen. It's like the overall effect of the sword. What are these cards going to be doing? These cards are going to be there to tell a story. And using them as telling the story this time. Okay, so let's do the fiery cards first. Look, the Kyrie, the Knight of the Kyrie. Look at that. It is early. It's 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning. And I'm doing this recording before everyone else starts making a noise. Because I do live in a busy part of Essex where there's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of people making a noise outside with workmen. There's a garage that makes noises. There's a hospital nearby, so you get lots of sirens, right? So I try and do this during a peaceful, quiet time. And this is another reason why it takes me so long, because during my peaceful, quiet time, often I like to just sit and enjoy it, enjoy the peace. But I'm feeling as though I need to get my projects finished. Okay, I'm working on that. There's a few theories about getting projects finished, dear lovely YouTube watcher. You know the idea that you just focus on one project until it's finished and you don't do anything else. It's like when you're reading a book. You know how you can have 2 or 3 books on the go. But the truth of that is, if you just read one book until it's finished, you read it quicker than if you just keep picking it up and putting it down and picking it up and putting it down and read another book alongside. Because you're just focused on that one book. And as you build momentum with that book, it becomes easier to get to the end. Right? That is how I found it. I'm going to speak from my experience, but this is one way of looking at it. Of course, there are lots of other ways of looking at how to read. Best way to read a book if you have trouble focusing on things, right? The other thing I was thinking, when you've got a to-do list and you've got lots of projects, let's say you've got half a dozen projects on the go. Look, dear lovely YouTube watcher, how many projects have you got on the go? How many unfinished projects do you have on the go at the moment? How many? 1, 2, 3. Should I tell you what I've got on the go at the moment? I will tell you. I'm in the process of doing my accreditation with the NCPS, okay, Governing Body Therapists, National Council and Psychotherapy Society. So I've done all the work. I actually have done it. I've nearly completed the project. Now I've done all the parts that I can do, which is amazing that I've actually managed to finish that. And now I'm just waiting on someone else to do their part. When they've done their part, I've got all the paperwork and everything ready for submission. When I say I've got all the stuff ready, I mean it's all dotted about all over my computer and I just have to sort of amass the documents together and send them over. Right, and then that's done. And I have completed that one task, that one project, mainly by thinking, okay, I'm not going to do any other project until I've finished that project. Now the reason I chose that project to finish and not this tarot readings is because there's a deadline for that one. That one has to be done by the 30th of September, which is an interesting deadline, 30th of September, but that's the time the governing body have decided they're going to close down the process for accreditation. You won't even be able to apply after the 30th because they're putting in some new structures. It's all going to get what sounds like very complicated. So me and probably millions of others have decided, oh, now's a good time to do the accreditation. Okay, so I've done that. So I've nearly completed that project. I've done as much as I can. Unfortunately for me, that's not the only project I've got on the go, apart from this one. But I've made that my goal this year, to complete projects. Okay, not to leave them finished, not to procrastinate about them, not just to leave them hanging in the air. And so because of that, I actually managed to finish my book. Oh yeah, that was the other theory, is that you finish the project, which is going to get finished quickest. So the one that's got the shortest amount of time for it to be completed, do that one. And what is the purpose of that? The purpose of that is that you feel like you've completed something. And then, reminding yourself what that feels like helps you to complete something else. Because remember that feeling of completion. You think, oh yeah, actually I do like that. I like the idea that I can complete things. It feels like achieving something. And the reward is knowing that you're making progress, because that is what it feels like. You know, people who like to be productive and do things, when you complete a project, it does feel satisfying, it does. So this year, I felt the satisfaction of finishing a book, publishing it, and now I'm selling copies of it. And I'm reading it to YouTube. So, dear little YouTube watchers, I'm sorry to make you listen to my jibber jabber, but if you feel like going over and listening to me reading my book, it's on my other YouTube channel, which is called Synchronicity Time. Time for Synchronicity. It's at Synchronicity Time. It's called Time for Synchronicity. I'll leave a little link, if I can, down below in this description. Here's another call to action. Before I open these cards with a pink elephant first, if you could just hit the subscribe button, that would be great. See you in your reading. Bye for now. Dear little pink elephant, how have you been feeling? The sword. Now, the pink elephant loves to look at life through the lens of romance, kindness, love, all things pleasant and soft. The pink elephant is not feeling the sword at all. The pink elephant goes out of their way to avoid conflict, okay? This is the outcome. This is the worst thing that can happen. This is the outcome. And this is the story of the sword-like thing that you have to deal with. I don't want to scare you. I'm going to read what the sword means, honestly. Okay. To use the sword is to decide. The blade separates one reality from another. Okay. Choice of new reality. The choice is made and all else falls away. If you find the sword in your grasp, you can no longer hesitate. This weapon requires a clear and decisive mind and a willingness to act. An onlooker may think the sword bearer is hasty and violent, but the most compassionate and responsible gesture is one that is honest, swift and accurate. Our first encounter with the sword is at birth, when the cord we share with the mother is cut. This moment defines our separation from her and begins our journey of becoming ourselves. We must make these cuts again and again if we are to grow. Decisions shape our life, and the sword is an infamous shaper of destiny. Okay, contemplate the Buddhist philosophy of the first and second arrow. Swing the sword once, with precision and commitment. More than that will be painful for everyone involved. Boundary making, prioritising and clarifying are all gestures made possible by the sword. The sword is a metaphor for the pen and the brush, the artist's fierce and graceful tools. It means cutting through to what is essential. Okay, so shall we just have a look and see? Preparation. Okay, time to prepare for the changes that are going to happen because of this decision making. Truth and integrity. That's beautiful, isn't it? If you stick to the truth of the matter as much as you can, you can't go far wrong. Cat. Independent. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd, and life supports you in every way. So you have nothing to be scared of, is what I'm feeling. Clarity. There we go. You'd rather have the clarity of the truth than to be clouded by lies. Okay, so aim for the truth. Remember, the truth brings clear feeling. The miser. Is this what you have to deal with? Is this what you're cutting yourself free from? Okay, so this card is the worst that can happen. This is as bad as it's going to get. Is that you're going to be better off financially in the long run, right? And this is how you're going to overcome this problem. Oh, look, don't let the anxiety give you tummy ache. This little cat here, he's holding his tummy and he's looking at this thing that he's drunk. It's like the poison of the lies is literally causing you pain and unhappiness and anxiety. So stick to the truth as much as you can. Just have a little look at your cards and see what comes up for this story. There's the Six of Cups. That's harmony, and love is wanting harmony. That's the goal, to have harmony and happiness in your life. And the Hermit, if it means having to spend time on your own, then so be it. You'll still be okay. Look at this, the Six of Swords, as you jump in a boat trying to get away from the strife. You're making an escape from the situation, and it's going to lead to so much happiness. The Sun, isn't that beautiful? I love it when Sun cards come up. The Five of Cups. Okay, so it might feel a bit like a loss and a sorrow. There's going to be sorrow to experience, but ultimately happiness. Because if there wasn't sorrow, you wouldn't be having a problem with a decision. If there wasn't going to be a downside to this decision making, you wouldn't be having a problem making it, would you? Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Okay, so let's have a little look at the Lilac Elephant, shall we? Lilac Elephant reading. This is the person who has a really strong intuition, really deep intuition, real connection with their spiritual awareness, and their mind is linked up to having knowledge about things in advance sometimes. It's also the elephant that has issues with their mental health, which doesn't everyone these days. I mean, everyone probably always has, but nowadays it seems to be getting worse. Maybe because I work in that field, to me it seems like everyone has got some pain going on. Okay, so let's have a look, shall we? Perspective. Perfect. Isn't that lovely? Perspective. It's your perspective that matters in this situation, dear lovely Lilac Elephant, when you're thinking about decision making. Perfect. You could ask for a nicer card. Meditation. This is you going within, recognising that you have the power to know what is best for you in these circumstances, asking you to go within and ask yourself. Dragonfly. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. You are brilliant and you are blessed. The Black Stallion. Oh, look at that. That is definitely, I'm not sure why. Yeah, the Black Stallion to go with the sword. Let's have a look at your Osho card. Celebration. You're going to have reasons to be really happy once you've made this decision. Now, these are the two cards that I decided. This one was going to be, what's the worst thing that's going to happen overall? And this one is to be the solution. So let's see. Look at this. A truce. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? You've got these swords coming up for the sword. It suggests to me that this is not a time for fighting. This is a time for just following your own path. Oh, look at this. This is the solution. Five of Pentacles, which suggests fairness to everyone. To be fair to everyone. So everyone, no one's financially damaged by this decision that you're making. Okay? Everyone's going to be financially better off. Justice. There we go. Aim for fairness. Fairness and justice with your decision making. Six of Pentacles. So there's a lot of money here. So there's a harmony around the money. Again, it feels like everyone has a right to a piece of the pie. Four of Swords. We're back to this. What are we arguing over? There's a balance to be had. Seven of Pentacles. Look at this. How many coins do you want from different packs? Princess of Cups. There's a young woman. And the Four of Swords again. Whoa. Okay, so you've definitely got a lot of fighting and grief to overcome. And a lot of this is about the money. Someone who's really concerned with money, and it's not you. Okay, so there's someone out there who's really concerned with their own financial security, status. They grow money rather than grow people, relationships. And that's not you. It's not what you've done. So is there a decision that you're making to let go of people that are materially minded, but the way that you manage to extricate yourself from the situation is to recognise that. And so to not cause yourself any more pain. Look at this little black cat is sitting there with his leg bandaged. He's put his swords down. He's got a bandaged leg because he's had enough of the fighting. He doesn't want the pain and the hurt anymore. So he's just going to make the decision to extricate himself from people that are no longer on his wavelength. but not at his expense. So not at your expense, to make sure that the finances are settled equally and fairly. Okay, not at your expense. Don't allow too much to be given away to someone who just values money. Okay, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Okay, lovely red elephant. Now, red elephant is very physical and lives in the material world and loves all things to do with the physical, loves food, loves drink, be merry with people, socialising. The whole experience of life is great for the red elephant. Oh, the red elephant loves it so much. They've got 2 Osho cards. This is the worst thing that's going to happen, and the solution to it. And this is the story, which we don't really know what that holds. The sword. Okay, so the decision making, sacred space. Okay, dear lovely red elephant, you have to protect your own sacred space, your nest, your home, what you find is the space where you go to recover and recuperate from the trials of daily living. Manifestation, that's a very powerful card, isn't it? Whoa, it's decision making. Polar bear, know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Okay, dear little physical elephant, you're being asked to protect your sacred space so that you can grow. Time for personal growth. And this says manifestation, as in what you're thinking about and dreaming about is possible to create. Now, the red elephant tends to believe that they're the person that's making these things happen without really paying attention to how many things happen around them that they've done nothing to create and they've just appeared. This is amazing, this card, the conquest, the power struggle between dark and light. This is a great card to have for the sword, because just in itself it's representative of the power, isn't it, and the people fighting for what? Going with the flow and innocence. Okay, so focus on the side of the path that you're already on, that you're not the person that's doing anything wrong in this situation, and to maintain your equilibrium, to maintain how you feel on the inside, and not to allow people to throw you off balance. Keep going with the flow, keep maintaining the innocence and the belief in life and your spirit that lies within you, that is very powerful. Now, this is the worst thing that can happen, and this is the answer. So the worst it's going to get, there we go, love that, look at that, gain. That looks like the 9 of Pentacles. So this is manifestation, it's wanting money to come to you. And it's not just money, it's the physical, the abundance of physical properties. That's just what I'm feeling. Physical properties, and this is the solution. Look at this. 7 of Hearts, which is the 7 of Cups, but that's the solution. Are you the person that's going to allow someone else to have all their own way? Is that what I'm seeing here? Dear red elephant, are you keeping the peace? Is that what's going on here? Keeping the peace, but not at your expense, okay? 3 of Wands, got the Magician. Ooh. Again, we're back to this, you're the person that's conjuring up the reality. The 7 of Swords, got a pair of 7s. The 7, the Chariot. Again, look at the lovely red curtains for this red elephant reading. And this one's wearing a red cloak. It's just, I love this, the way the red shows up, the red elephant. 5 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Swords. Okay. A pair of 3s, the red heart. So it feels like, it feels like there's pain that you want to get away from. You're trying to walk away from the pain. You're trying to fix things, and no matter what you do, it can't be fixed because it's not just about you. There's other people involved. And they're determined, it seems, to see you left out in the cold. And you're determined to, if that is going to happen, you're hurrying it up. You're speeding up the pace of this movement. That's you, because you can. And you can. And if that's what you want to do, it has to be your choice. You've created something so beautiful and so powerful, but you are prepared to walk away from it if these other people are not playing ball. So there's all this disturbance and unpleasantness happening, but you're over there on your path of creating as much as you can, but you're not being helped because there's people pulling away from you and not working with you. So your decision making, how long do you want to put up with this? Creating something for people who don't appreciate it. Is it time for you to cut your losses? What's it called when you you sort of accept the defeat, really. You accept the defeat and recognise that by cutting the ties sooner, you're going to be able to get over it quicker. Going with the flow. Follow your intuition. Follow your heart's desire. And keep plodding. Keep going in the same direction that you're going in. You're heading the right way. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Okay, it's a lovely green elephant, which is now 2 inches rather than the 1 inch elephant that I had before. So this is swollen. This has got bigger. It's expanded. And I'm reminded that as we grow as humans, we do find ourselves either being more capable of loving, being more able to offer love to people, or we shrink, don't we? There's 2 options when we're living at this life. We can grow bigger and have more to what we can offer other people, or we can become grasping and mean and have less to offer other people. Which way do you want to go, dear lovely green elephant? Do you want to be part of the expansive, loving, caring, exposed? Is that what it is? It's the feeling vulnerable. It's the not wanting to feel vulnerable. Bearing in mind this is the sword, right? Making the decisions. Spiritual growth. Oh yes, lovely. Just as I was talking about growth, I love that. The butterfly. Wow. I'm just going to share another picture with you, dear lovely YouTube. When I was walking down High Street, I saw some elephants as part of the elephant trail. There was one with a butterfly on it. You can reinvent yourself. Open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. Okay? So even love the tough bits, even when it's unpleasant and unwanted. Oh yes, see it as a challenge. Perfect, you're going to enjoy the challenge that's coming up. What's the show card? Exhaustion. Yeah, it might be tiring. You might be tired. This card looks distinctly tired. And there's the plane going over. Tired of all the noise, tired of all the disruption, tired of the never-ending slog of it all. The worst thing that can happen. Oh, look at this. This is the worst thing, making a choice. The lovers, which sometimes comes up for literally choosing between 2 people. Definitely comes up for making a choice. And it could be a choice about anything. It could be a choice about work, play, people, relationships, money. What is it about? Oh, look. Work and money. 8 of Pentacles. This little cat is heading for a fall because they've reached too high. Rather than pick the low-hanging fruit, they've stretched up and tried to pick fruit that's out of their reach and then gone for a fall. Look at this, and you've got a lot of orange and pink, considering that this is the green elephant. So is this a decision to be made? Definitely around the heart, definitely around feelings. Oh, the sun. Beautiful. So again, we're going to have a positive outcome, which is what we need. But there it is again, look at that. That's the beautiful pinks that keep coming up for you. Because part of the green elephant with the heart chakra, a lot of people see the heart chakra as green and pink. So the Ace of Wands, this is asking you to check that you're not having romantic thoughts which are impractical or not logical. You know, you have to really just check. Here we go. Look at this, 13. Death of something. So it's the ending of, this to me suggests like a limerence, you know, like when you're hoping that a relationship is going to be the one, you keep thinking, oh, this is right for me, Page of Pentacles, this is what I want to happen, Princess of Pentacles, pair, but actually there's the Three of Swords, it's not really working, and rather than trying to pretend that everything's okay, this reading is asking you just to look at what is actually there and be prepared to face the truth, face the reality, not just checking how romantic you're getting in your head, what sort of things are going on that you're hoping but there's no actual evidence for, and asking to let go of that. Just let go, recognise what's actually happening and be prepared for a real relationship. I do feel this is about relationship. This is someone who wants a relationship. They want something to be real, but it isn't, and it's just not solidifying. So it's still in the land of the imagination and dreams and wishful thinking, and that has to end in order for you to have a real relationship. So this reading is asking you to be honest with yourself about these decisions that you're making. What are they based on? Are they based in reality? Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Last but not least is the white spiritual elephant. Okay, so where is this spiritual elephant? Having some decisions to make. Now usually for this white spiritual elephant, the decision making process is not difficult because they think of the spiritual when they're making the decision. Okay, if you're thinking of the physical and the material and how to control things when you make decisions, nature, yeah, see? That's beautiful, isn't it? And I love the way that the white often shows up a lot for the white elephant. Support, okay? Support from other people. Asking other people just to help support you while you're going through this process. Dog friend. Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. Oh, do you hear that? The bib going off, the alarm going off. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and a friend. See all the white faces? They're lovely, aren't they? Humour. Yes, this is your strength. This is your superpower. Being able to laugh at the situations that are happening and you're faced with. Now, the problem with the spiritual elephant is they do seem to have more challenges than most people. You know, it is like before you got here, before you were born, you went through your life plan and you went, I'm going to do this, right? And there were lots and lots of challenges, lots of difficulties. That when you're here, it just seems so much harder than when you're not here. Existence, look, what's the point of you being on the planet? This is the feeling. This is the reminder. You're here. I know this is hard, but you're here because other people watch you go through all these things, and you act as a beacon of light. Because if you can go through all these things and still hold on to your sense of humour, then other people's problems seem not as important at all, because other people look and I don't know how you're doing that. How do you do that? Moon. I love the moon. Looking at your deep subconscious. Look at this. 9 of Hearts. This is wanting a relationship and having the hearts. The 9 of Hearts is really powerful. It's happiness, isn't it? When you get the 9 of Cups, it means happiness. And the moon comes up to counselling and therapy and taking a deep look within your subconscious and seeing what's going on. And what are you doing to make this happen? Right, these decisions that you're making. 6 of Pentacles, harmony with money. The moon again. Definitely time for introspection, having a look at your subconscious, checking who you're attracting to you, because what you're giving out is coming back to you, remember? The Emperor, this is the king, this is the male energy that can be dominant over you. Prince of Wands, young man who's a very loyal, close friend. Ace of Pentacles, the money's going to win at the end of the day, and the 3 of Wands. It's getting what you're wishing for. You're wishing for security and happiness, and you don't know how to get it, so you have to ask yourself, what is it I'm doing keeps me stuck with this power in this power struggle and the money that's so important to me, where can I let go of that or change that so that I can have what it is that I want? Because all I want is to be happy and live a peaceful, pleasant life, and yet all I seem to be getting is the strength of people who have absolutely, because they're decision makers, I am attracting decision makers. So that is the thing, isn't it? Attracting someone who's controlling and ruling. You have to check, where am I being controlling and ruling? This has come to me. And attracting people who money is the most important thing means that you have to let go of money being the most important thing in order to have a more balanced life. Look at this little cat balancing there. Balancing on the top of the hill. It's balancing with success. It's clawing to reach the top. You're already at the top. And all you have to do is maintain your balance. And that means therapy. It means looking at how you're feeling, looking at what you're thinking, what you're believing. And I do believe there's a happy balance to be had between the two. Whoa, it's very powerful, this reading. It is, especially with this existence card, it is like a sort of existential crisis gone on here. You think, oh, hold on a minute, what have I got to do to be balanced? And you can see here the black and the white dogs sparkling at the moon. That is it, balance the darkness with the light. Just be more in balance. Thanks for watching, bye for now.